With training camp well underway, the Denver Broncos are having high expectations for their 2020 NFL Draft class. They need them to step up from what was mostly somewhat decent showings from their rookie campaigns. Some of them got starting positions right away or early on in the season, while others ended up dealing with injuries. There were multiple picks that were more about year 2 or 3 than year 1, including the 3 receivers they selected. Typically, receivers don't really show up their rookie year, but have that big breakout season in their second year. You want to see flashes, of course, as a rookie, and these receivers showed that, which makes it so important they build off of those flashes. Jeudy had issues with dropping the ball, and that was the focus of his offseason workouts. He had over an 18% drop rate, which is about 10% higher than his high in college, hence the need for improvement. So far in camp, Jeudy has shown a lot of progress here, but he has to show it come game time when defenses can be more punishing on receivers. Another good thing to hear about Jeudy is his route running has seemed to take a big step forward, which was his strength to begin with. Then there is KJ Hamler, who has been so hard to cover because of the speed he brings to the offense. With that speed, he is showing better variance through his route running, making him really hard for the corners to hang with in coverage. Now, he has to show he can stay healthy and out there on the field, which was his biggest concern from his rookie season. Then it falls on offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur to better utilize the skill set that Hamler has to better benefit the offense. Corner Michael Ojumudia was one they had wanted to bring along slowly last year, but he got thrust into the starting lineup quickly. He started off the season pretty strong and leading rookie corners in multiple advanced statistical categories before regressing towards the mean against Atlanta. Denver heavily invested into their secondary this year, which really pushed Ojumudia down the depth chart. This can allow them to bring him along slowly, as he is showing progress in camp, just not as much as you'd want to see if he was still facing a big role. Of all of the Broncos rookies to start last year, none of them had a rougher year than Lloyd Cushenberry as a center on the offensive line. With some soft play at times, getting beaten down as a run blocker, and allowing a lot of pressure, it was hard to guarantee him the starting job. Denver went and drafted competition in the 3rd round, and Cushenberry answered the call in a big way. He has probably taken the biggest step forward from this 2020 draft class after putting in the work in the weight room to get stronger. It isn't just that for Cushenberry, however, as he struggled with the blocking concepts, which he finally has down. As with everyone in practice, he needs to show it in games that he can carry over these practice performances, but the first step has been made. After hardly playing as a rookie, it wasn't going to be hard for Ojum to really show growth as a player, and he has exceeded expectations. Ojum has been dominant out there for the Broncos, but his best work has been disrupting the throwing lanes by getting his hands in the air. Albert Okudah showed solid play as a receiver for Denver before getting hurt last year, but a lot of growth was still needed. While working back from injury and dealing with some setbacks, he has shown growth in a few key areas. His route running has looked much improved with him not being as lumbered as a mover when changing directions. Another area is as a blocker, which is really hard to see in practice, so games will be vital to see growth here. Justin Strnad was impressive as a rookie in camp, but then he got hurt and ended up missing the season with a wrist injury. This year he has picked up where he left off and showing growth in multiple areas, and the last big step is communication, which comes with experience. While he didn't play much, when Moody did get to play in a couple games, he did well as a run blocker, but terribly in pass protection. He looks improved in both aspects, but still showing clear signs of needing more time, likely cementing himself as the backup this year, barring an injury. Tyree Cleveland was a key special teams player last year and seemed poised for a bigger role this year. However, he has taken a step back by struggling to catch the ball before getting hurt and missing multiple practices. The final pick was Tusca, who barely played last year and was always a second or third year prospect. As he enters his second training camp, Tusca is getting left behind by new edge rushers as he isn't showing the growth you want to see. There are still 3 preseason games left, and for a lot of these second year players, those will be very telling with how much they have really grown. You need to start showing development in practice and then carry it over into games, and that is what is to watch with these 10 players. For Mile High Huddle, I'm Erick Trickel.